okay, now there is another angle from which I'm looking at it. You are angry with me, you don't like me, you kill me.
Mm-hmm.
You think I don't like you, you kill me. What do I have to do? So the question is, what do the African Americans need to do? What did the African people of African descent need to do to be safe? What do they need to do?
The only thing at this point we can do is keep our eyes open. Keep our eyes and our ears open right now. That's the only thing that we can do, because this event could not, people always say what they would or would not do in that situation. But if you watch the video, these murders happen within about 40 seconds, 40 to 50 seconds. So not much time to react. You hear gunshots, you need to get out of there at this point. Be very cautious. Pay attention to your surrounding. Pay attention to people who are walking in buildings, shopping marts, churches. Keep your eyes on the prize at this point. That's all I can say right now. You know, I'm not going to say anything to go and be violent. I'm not going to say go and retaliate. I'm not going to say that. But I am going to say keep your eyes open. That's what I'll say.
But how can a system function like this that is simply not fair? You know, a system that is simply plainly not fair. Mm-hmm. Because the way I see the police take this guy, this 18 years old, after killing 10 people, they took him alive. That is what I think the police should do always. Why I'm bringing it up is because I've seen in many videos where the United States police kill people that don't even have arm. They tell them raise your hand, you raise your hand, they still kill you.
Yeah.
But now they see somebody who kill other people, they don't kill him. That is where actually the question is coming. It's not because I'm saying you should always kill people or kill person that you are suspecting. That is not even how the police work. The policeman should not be killing a person and then bringing the dead body to the court. So that should be clear. But because they are always killing people, now you see somebody that is killing people, you left him alone. That is where the question actually is coming from. So in this case, African Americans have the right to be angry.
Yes.
Because this is not justice. It's not justice.
It's not justice. And it's one of those things that we've been facing here in America for forever. It's one of those battles that it's never been equal. It's never been fair. You know, and how one would be treated, even the fact that this guy is in protective custody right now. He's not in the general population of the prison, because more than likely, if he comes upon anyone black, he may get killed in prison. But if he was a black man and did this, would they put him in general population? Probably so. Same thing, would he been taken alive if he was a black man? No. This, excuse me, my brother, this right here, this skin complexion, the melanin, something about it scares
Anyway, well, first of
people.
all, we have to be proud of who we are. If they don't like us, that is their problem.
Right.
Because, you know, anyway, we are going to go back to the conversation again about this great replacement, because I find it to be quite absurd, no?
Yeah.
Because let's look at the people that were harassed on Saturday, the people that were terrorized on Saturday. These are the people that were bundled out of Africa. They didn't ask for visa.
Exactly.
They didn't say they wanted to come to the United States. They were bundled from their land, taken to the America. Now, you are afraid in your own country. Now, you go and start killing. What is their crime? What did they do? What did the African American do that they
There's no crime in building this country. There's no crime in building this country to what it is today. This is what African Americans have done. This is the reality. Eventually, we got to the point where we said we don't want to be slaves. Eventually, we got to the point and said we want to teach our people the truth about our history, as you know that I do. Eventually, we got to the point where we're saying we're not sitting in the back of the bus anymore. Eventually, we got to the point where we're saying we want the rights to our music. We started speaking up. That's what we did. And when we speak up and when we're heard, it's always that fear of us rising up again. That's the problem, my brother. That's the only problem is fear, the insecurity of white supremacy. They fear the uprising of the black man. And this is the issue. This is the issue. This is what creates this theory that we know of, the fear of people who don't look like them moving into their neighborhoods, taking jobs, having more opportunities, outvoting them. This is where white supremacy comes from. Same thoughts that Hitler had, that one race should be blonde hair and blue eyed and should dominate the world. Again, this negative thinking is what's plaguing and terrorizing this country right now. And even in fact, right now, as we speak, my brother, there have been countless threats throughout the city of Buffalo. Countless threats to schools, countless threats to churches, targeting again the black community. Supermarkets, Walmart, Wegmans, all of these different places are being targeted now, looking for black people.
Why? What is it?
And it's,
why?
and it's
Because
the debt is not that.
It's a crazy situation. You know, okay, now let's look at what Hitler was even proposing. Assuming this is right, do you know how many millions of even European, forget about other people, millions of Europeans need to be killed for them to succeed? It's going to hurt a lot of people. Millions of people need to be exterminated for them to achieve what they want. I don't get it. I don't even get it.
It's a very, I must say, this is a very small set of people. It's a small cult. It's probably, it's nationwide though. It's not it's not in the millions of people who are a part of this, as far as I know. But we do know that it is a cult in the United States of America that's growing, and it's all over. So you're going to see copycats try to do the same thing that this punk did over at Tops. So we just have, like I said, we have to keep our eyes on the swindle and pay attention to where we are in our surroundings and keep our eyes and ears open at all times at this point.
I need to understand more this monopoly of violence, because in this case now, the white people are the only one who have the right to be angry, and they go and kill other people, no? That is right. And we see the system sort of making it possible for them. These people that are afraid of other people, for this reason, their only means of engagement is to go and commit violence. Do you think they are open for dialogue? They are open to talk. Let's talk about what is the problem. So do you think they are open to conversations to even understand what is their fear?
I think some people are. Does that mean they're going to change their viewpoint? Maybe not, depending on who's talking to them. I mean, some people have this so deeply rooted inside them. Now, here's the thing, if you think about it like this. There's a lot of white supremacists who have isolated themselves in suburban communities. But African-American people, black people, cannot isolate ourselves from white people. Because when we go to the grocery store, we see them. When we go to the DMV to get your driver's license, you see them. You go to get your passport, you see them. You go to work, you see them. You got to deal with them every day. But there are some communities in the suburban communities that are pretty much all white, to where they can completely isolate themselves from black communities and black people. So if you never see black people and never interact with black people, and your kids never interact with black people, all you're going to know is what you hear, and what you hear on the media, what you hear on television. And it creates this mentality in people to hate what they don't understand. If you don't understand it, some people just feel like I have to dislike it. It's not, and this is the disease that's plaguing the world right now. White supremacy is not a black issue. White supremacy is an issue for white people to deal with. They have to deal with their own problems.
Absolutely.
It's like if someone to say, we have to deal with tribalism in Africa. Yes. We have to deal with black on black crime. Yes, we do. We have to deal with those issues. We have to deal with how we look at our women and how some of us treat our women. We have to deal with that, right? But they have to look at their issues, and they have to solve it and ask themselves, why, when a black man walks in the room, do I get uncomfortable? Why, when a Black woman comes into the workplace, do certain white women get uncomfortable? I'm not going to say all. When you say all, you're always going to be wrong, because there's some great, good. A lot of my colleagues are great people. They're Black, white, Chinese, Puerto Rican. There's all different races. But some people get very uncomfortable from the presence of Black people. And it's a shame. It's a shame. And you have to look at your insecurities and you got to deal with it.